Yo, what is up, guys? What's going on? Oh man, tonight we got some fun stuff planned. Hopefully, everybody's having a good weekend. I'm having a good weekend. This is the start of the summer, essentially, so I was able to start my workouts again. So that's good. So I haven't worked out since I've had the surgery. So last week was my first time. I'm back to working out 3 days a week, and I am sore. But tonight we're gonna do some unboxing. I think we're doing this now as a ritual for weekly. We do this Saturday nights. We're gonna pick a figure. I know I've said I was gonna put it into the Discord, have you guys vote on it, but I haven't done that yet. So I've been kind of just picking what I want to open up. And so last week was we had the Custodes Dreadnought from the Horus Heresy. And this week we have the Sons of Horus Dreadnought. Now I picked this up. This came out, like 8-9 months ago. And I just recently decided to pick up all the Sons of Horus figures. So, with that in mind, I picked up all of them, and then this is the last This is the last one of the set that I've decided to pick up because I got the Levithan Dreadnought. And I have Abaddon, I have the Justarian Terminator, so I'm like, you know what? I might as well pick up this Dreadnought, especially with what's going on with the tariffs right now. So I picked it up. We have it. We're going to show all of my figures from anything that's related to Horus from the Horus Heresy line. So I have all the figures lined up, ready to go. We got the Leviathan Dreadnought. We're going to compare this Dreadnought, Contemptor Dreadnought, to the other Contemptor Dreadnoughts. We'll get an idea of what I think, what you guys think, and we'll go from there. So we got some people already in chat. We got Spark at work still. Actually, I'm deciding. I think what I'm gonna do with these lives too is set it up in the next couple of weeks to also go live on YouTube Shorts, so that it's easier for like people who are watching this on YouTube Shorts to watch. So I'll set that up in the next couple of weeks. We'll start to go live with that as well. So oh yeah, once you get through that first soreness, yeah, dude. Oh man, the back of my neck killed me today. Oh man, I'm so out of shape. But anyway, so no more out of shape talk. We're gonna talk some JOYTOY Warhammer 40k figures. You can give me probably about a minute. We're gonna switch over to the really good display stand. So we're gonna switch over to there in just a second, and we'll hit it. So just give me a second. We're going to switch screens, and then we'll jump over. All right, guys. Yo, what's up, guys? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm on the lapel mic, so this should be a little bit better. I guess, think you're hearing me. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. And let me know if the background music is too loud as well. So, obviously we got the nice, big display stand, right? So we're going to do this again just like last week. You can see kind of the shadow. We got the Levithan Dreadnought here, which I actually should have done the review on this one. Look at how much better, look how much more room. And this is actually a couple inches off the ground. It's so much nicer, dude. There's so much more display. There's so much more room on this display stand. I should have done this a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, so here we go. So we got the Contemptor Dreadnought. So last week we did the Dreadnought for the Custodes, which was pretty cool. So now, so what is that? That's two of the Contemptor Dreadnoughts I have as part of my collection. I have the Blood Angels one, and then I have the Custodes one. This is going to be the third one I have. So, and what's cool is I have all different armaments. I think all the JOYTOY Contemptors all have different armaments anyway. I don't think any of them have the same. So anyway, so here we go. This one I actually did not pick up from Cool Toys Club or LT Cave. I picked this up because I was impatient from Amazon. I think I wound up paying, I want to say 70 because I had a coupon or something. But I wasn't actually interested in picking up this one. It's just because I wound up picking up pretty much the entire line. Almost the entire line. I think I'm missing about 6 figures to complete the line. So I only need the Levithan Dreadnought from the Imperial Fist. Ooh, very cool. Yeah, I when we were talking to Mario from Mario Infinite Collectibles, the one problem that he had with the Imperial Fists line from Horus Heresy was he was saying that the yellow is too bright and clean on them. So, Lone, what do you think about that? Because he's saying like the Sons of Horus, their color with their teal isn't too bad because it doesn't have any kind of a black wash or anything on it. He says though that the yellow on the Imperial Fist for the Horus Heresy figures is too bright and too clean, so it winds up making it a bit of an issue. So, but anyway, I actually do have 2 Imperial Fists from that line to go with the Dorn when I wound up opening him up. So anyway, so here's the box, the standard JOYTOY box. I do like, I will say this, I do like their packaging, especially with the Horus Heresy line. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like their packaging is a little bit better. All right, so here we go, and again, this is awesome. I love doing reviews on things that don't have a lot of accessories. With like 14 pairs of hands, this dude literally has no accessories. Everything that you see here right now is what he's gonna have. He doesn't have anything hidden behind him. And again, the same thing with these awesome clamshells that we have from JOYTOY. Comparatively, I always do the comparison with McFarlane, but it's really, it's such a pain in the butt when you get a McFarlane figure and have to pull out. Look at this. Oh man, dude. Even from this right away, you can see it feels really nice. So his gun arm is pulled off. Oh, okay, good. It didn't fall out. It's just that way. Wow, look at the size. Look at these. Wow, this looks really nice. Now these magazines come out now. They're sculpted on. That'd be cool if these things could come off though. And then, is this on a... Yeah, this is on a... You can hear the clicking on there, too. Very cool. I would have liked a little bit of some kind of a wash on the end of the barrels just to show some wear. But other than that, looks pretty cool. Yeah. And this is what kind of cannon is this? This is the Gravis Auto Cannon. So, let's see what Lone is saying. That one is kind of bland. Unlike the Thousand Suns one, I don't know, I don't have any other Imperial Fists. Oh, okay. Since I can't really find the black one, Sons of Horus, we're making What do you think, Lone? What do you think about the Thousand Sons figures? I haven't opened up any of them. Do you feel like the red is too like Christmassy bright on those figures? Because that's what I get from the pictures. I have 2 of them. I still have to open up, but I'm not going to open up until I open up Magnus. Do you get that feeling also? Like, is it too Christmassy red? Is it too cherry red on those? So, I'd be interested to see what you say, because you're really the only one who I know who's collecting all of the Thousand Sons. But this looks cool so far. Again, same exact head as what's in the Leviathan, which is actually pretty funny. Yeah, the exact same head. And then this just plugs directly into here. Yeah, there's not much to it. Just plugging right into there. Wow, very cool. So, all right, so he has the extended arm joint on the inside there. I think you can see that on the camera. Yeah. So you can extend out his arm, because it's actually on both of these. Yeah. So you can extend out his arm with the cannon pretty far, which is cool. And then there's a little bit, you can slide the cannon left and right on the inside there. Yeah, because it's kind of like supposed to swivel there. And then it can go up and down. Oh, and his missile rack fell off. But that's fine. That's just actually pegged right on. Actually, I want to see some of the other dreadnoughts if they have this peg system on the top here too. I doubt it. But this just pegs right on. And this is not a piece that's coming off, because it's not glued like a couple of the other pieces that I've had. But this looks cool. And then we got his hand. 360. Uh-oh, I feel something loose. Why is this loose? Okay, this just pegs in. Looks like there's some glue. Alright, so this fits in there. This is not falling out. I mean, if I want, I can throw some glue in there, but it doesn't look like it's going to fall out. And then each of the fingers is articulated. I don't have a problem with any of these fingers coming off, like I had with the Blood Angels one. One of his claws was out of the box, loose. So, let's see what the chat's saying. So, Smoke, since I can't really find the Black Legion, I think I'm going to get some of the Sons of Horus. Oh, wow, you can't. So, Sons of Horus making me like that. Did you have the Justarian Terminators? Or are you talking about the most recent, which are on the way to me, which are being shipped right now? So those new Black Legion figures, which I'm really excited about getting. They should be coming next week, I think. So I should get them next week. I'm hoping before I go on my trip that I'll get them. I'll be able to do a quick live, and we'll open up all 5 of those figures, a la just like this. So we'll see. He's the son lover. Go for the Legion Praetor. Okay. So I might pick up one more. If I can get that Thousand Sons Praetor cheap, I'll wind up getting him. So, but going back to this Contemptor Dreadnought. Yeah, oh, he looks cool. So he has a little bit different on his back. Obviously the one for the Blood Angels, which we'll bring in here in a minute, has the jetpack. He just has the 2 smokestacks on the back here, which is just like the Leviathan. I'm actually interested to compare these two. Yeah, and again, his legs are pretty tight. His knees have the sort of a ratcheting system. Same with this. Paint is good. There's a very slight wash. Slight wash, I would say, to this. You can see a little bit on some of the edging. And then the ratchet system is also there on his arm. And this can reach out. This feels like it can... No, they both go the same. Yeah, they both have the same type of system here. You can actually bring it out farther. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. But that's pretty cool. You can actually get it into quite a wide range. You know what's nice about these is with the Furiosa Dreadnought, you really couldn't do much with it. These you can really do a lot with, it looks like. And you can sit it right back in there so it doesn't look weird and funky when you're taking any type of pictures. Oh man, I like the dual This dual Gravis cannon is cool. Oh, and there we go. So you get the ratcheting system on the actual gun, and you get the ratcheting system on the upper arm too. You know what's funny is a couple years ago they had the Hasbro, they do like their Kickstarter things, and so they had one for the Sentinel for the X-Men, and what I want to say, I think it's the legs, they didn't have a ratcheting system on. It was crazy. Like people's like Sentinels, and it was a pretty large figure, tall and heavy, and it was just falling over. But JOYTOY doesn't do that. We're making sure we got ratchets on all of the particular joints that we need to have. There's no ratchets on the leg joints here, which is similar to all the other Dreadnoughts that we've had. And then we get the 360 spin on the top. This is a little bit loose, but not too loose. Looks pretty cool. Yo, what's up, Blake? What's going on, dude? Get Afram. He's one of the best looking ones. I can't get anything until I get this chest pain checked out. Oh, man. Dude, what's going on with your chest pain, Lone? You definitely have to go get that checked out, dude. But the dual Gravis cannon is very cool. I thought this was a weird armament to have, but it actually works when you actually have it in person. It looks cool. Man, the one thing I will say about the Sons of Horus line, when I originally first saw this, the tealish color was very bland, but then I don't know what it is. You get it in hand and it like grows on you really fast. Yeah, and then again the missile rack on the top just pegs right on, so you can pull it off. And the back is right there. Very simple with this figure. Again, you got the 360 rotation. There's even a tiny ratcheting system on the actual hand itself. So this is cool. And again, you get the full range of articulation on the fingers. It's not really going to pick anything up, but it looks pretty cool. And then on the inside there, he's got, looks like 2 bolters. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Everything's nice with this figure. He feels solid. No issues. Again, nothing falling off. Nothing that I'm going to have to glue back on. Gravis cannons, dual Gravis cannon's pretty cool. Has a good amount of range of motion. Yeah, so let's get some of the other figures in here to compare it to. So we'll do a first comparison between some of the other Contemptor Dreadnoughts that we've had. So we'll do the Blood Angel one first. Oh man, I'm like worried about like getting these guys into focus for the camera, but like I have so much room here. It's so awesome. Let's see what's, hopefully it's not heart related. Lone, how old are you, dude? Go get your heart checked out, dude. I actually have a valve issue on my heart. I have too many valves. I have 3 valves. I have the same problem that Arnold Schwarzenegger has with his heart. Blake, I'm ending the day here in Cali. Had a great time. Oh, that's right. They had the West Coast Mythic meetup today. How was that, dude? Was there anything new announced? Yeah, that figure solid. It is really cool. And like I said, this is one of the first Dreadnoughts that the Contemptor Dreadnoughts they came out with. So, and again, looking at the Blood Angel one, the one issue that I had with it, one of these pieces, one of these fingers came out. Here it is. This is the loose one. It fits right back in. I could throw some glue in it, but I don't think I'm going to. I think it's fine right now. So now comparing the two, shoulders are the same. They have different hands a little bit. When you look at this, yeah, they're identical as far as like the pieces that they used. This has a little bit more of a ratchet system. This is a little bit looser. On the inside, this has looks like a Gatling bolter. I don't know if this is a flamer or if this is just a really large caliber bolter. But again, arms are the same, legs are the same. All right, there's a little bit more on the back there. Obviously on the back, it's very different between the two. You got the monstrously sized jetpack, which is the only Dreadnought that I've ever seen with a jetpack. So this is very unique still. Yeah, and you got the twin smokestacks, and on the top there, which I wanted to see between these two, was how do they deal with this and these. Okay, so it doesn't have it. So it doesn't actually have the 2 sockets or the spots to actually stick this missile launcher in. So that's fine. And then his claw came off again. Yeah, we'll glue this one on. So this one's fine. So again, comparing them wise, again you have different. Actually, is this a smushy head? No. He has a lot more range of motion on this head than this one. Than the Blood Angel one can barely move. He can't even really turn his head. This one can move left and right. He's like having a good party in there. He's got enough room in there. I think the Leviathan is a little bit smushier. So he's got a squishy head on the Leviathan one, which we'll bring over in a second. But this is pretty cool. Oh, I love this setup, dude. I did all my reviews on this. I should have been using this for live for a long time. So much better. So much more room. Dude, this is so much more fun. So, you're 23. Oh my god, dude. Hopefully you have healthcare. You can go get you can get a, shoot, what is it called? It's not, is it a sonogram? Or an EKG on your chest? I gotta go for, I'm supposed to go each year for an EKG. I haven't gone this year. I went last year right before I had the brain surgery, so I gotta go again each year and get my heart checked out. But this is cool. I like them. Again, I'm surprised with the Contemptor Dreadnoughts that I do like them as much as I do. I was a little iffy on these, but this one's cool. So we'll throw him to the side, and we're gonna bring in who we had last week, which is, and this one I glued that one little tiny part, the little eagle head back on, and this one has not popped off. So here we go with the Contemptor Dreadnought, or Gladius Contemptor Dreadnought, or Contemptor Gladius Dreadnought for the Custodes. And he is very, very gold. But he looks cool. Again, same type of legs. He looks a little bit taller. Well, he is a little bit taller, actually. But, yeah. Back to back. The backs are different. This is very different, actually. This is more of the standard smokestack, and this is not. This is more of like it's like a Terminator back almost. So, yeah. Comparing them size-wise, like I said, with the missile rack, this is actually taller. But standing them side to side like this, yeah. And I will say this is this is a little bit looser just because the shield is so heavy. But the only problem that I had with this one last week was the little eagle head that popped off. And then this pipe is like super awkward trying to stick it into his arm. So I'm not even going to try it. This should have been either longer. Well, actually, this shouldn't have been as thick of a pipe. Actually, this shouldn't have been here. This shouldn't be plugged into his arm. I don't know. I don't know how they could have engineered that better, but. And again, these are more of a rubbery type of armor pieces. Feels like this is a little bit engineered better because obviously it's a bit newer. But again, there isn't much to this one, and this one doesn't have any issues. This one's chest does not come off like the. Does this one come off? Oh, it does. So this one pops right off, and you can actually swap out the head if you wanted. So his head will come right out. I'm not even going to try. Oh, actually it does. And there's like, oh, it's a metal peg system on here too. So you can pop this right back in. Yeah, and I guess that this one will come off too. I figured this out accidentally by the Blood Angel one. And then this will peg right back in. And then that's secure. It fits right back easily too. Lines back up really nicely. So yeah, I'm not going to try to pull this one off. I don't think this one will come off, actually. If you look on the back, this goes over. Or maybe it will. No, it doesn't look like it. I'm even going to try this one. I feel like I'm going to break it if I do. Yeah, let me try a little bit. Nope. Doesn't feel like... No. This doesn't look like... Maybe it could. I'm not going to try it, though. But anyway, so here we go. Here's the let's put him in the middle. We got the Galatus Dreadnought from the Custodes. I think I can get all three of them in here. Let's try it. Can I? Oh wow, yeah I can. The only awkwardness is the bulky, how high his jump pack or jetpack on the other one is. But wow, I can actually get all three of them in here pretty comfortably too. Yeah. Very cool. I can get them all in here. This is good because this means I'll be able to do the review on the Sentinel. I mean the Imperial Knight when he comes. So there we go. This is the 3 Contemptor Dreadnoughts that I have. And this is probably going to be it. I don't think I have any more on pre-order. If I can get the Thousand Suns one for a pretty good price, maybe I'll pick him up because that one actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so that's all of those Dreadnoughts. Let's bring out, before we bring out the Leviathan, we'll bring over the short, stubby, oldest one that I have, which is the Furiosa. We'll bring him over here. I love doing these reviews on these Dreadnoughts, dude. They're so easy to review. There's not much to them. And you can just, they're nice and big and bulky. You know what they remind me of is when I used to collect Marvel figures a couple years ago, and we'd always get I'd get the Marvel Select Juggernaut figure. He was nice and big and bulky. And there wasn't a lot to him, but he was such a cool figure. So here we go with the Furious. Again, this is not the re-release. This is the very first release of these figures that they had. So, had an EKG only. Oh, man. Yeah, stress tests. I wish the Custodes Dreadnought was bigger, because in lore they're massive for Contemptors. Imperial Knight's going to take up space. Yeah. Well, I got 2 of them coming, so I got to figure it out. Actually, I have it figured out. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to completely redesign this area that you see behind me on those reviews. Not this area, this is going to stay the same, but the area behind me that you see when I'm streaming is going to not actually have the stuff that it has now. I'm going to take, when I get my cosplay outfit or the armor, and I'm going to try to stick it behind me, and that will be behind me, as well as more of the Grey Knight stuff. And then in my garage, which I have an area set up for, that's where I'm going to have everything for my JOYTOY figures set up. So, alright, so Furiosa, size-wise, you can see nice, short, and stumpy. I still like this one, even though this is one of the oldest ones. And I think talking to the guys the last couple of weeks, they're trying to phase these Dreadnoughts out. So, yeah, out of the tabletop game. So I don't know what that means for the JOYTOY figures. So, and then the final one, which is one of my favorites. If I can get him out without destroying everything. Actually, you know what? Something fell off last week. I got to figure out where this goes. Oh, this actually, I think, goes right on the front? No. And there we go with the Contemptor Dreadnought. Very cool. This piece came off. I got to figure out where this goes. Where does this go? Where do you go? Do you go here? Does this go here? I feel like this goes here or something. I don't know where this went. Gotta figure out. I definitely think there's a piece that's supposed to go over this. I think that came off. But here we go. This is the Contemptor Dreadnought. Still one of my favorite Dreadnoughts. One of the big boys. I still gotta get the war suit. That's really the only one that I'm missing out of all of these large big boys. So, also I saw on that Titus figure for the tabletop is available again. Oh, this goes on the knee. You're right. Yay! See, Lone, you're very, very helpful. Thank you. There we go. Very cool. So again, one of my favorite Dreadnoughts. Actually, you know what? All of the Dreadnoughts so far are really cool. Even the Furiosa, which is the short, stubbiest of them all, still a very cool Dreadnought. I like them. None of my Dreadnoughts that I've gotten so far have I regretted or not wanted as part of my collection. So, as I'm carefully trying to get this Contemptor Dreadnought back in here without knocking things over. Alright, we'll get this, and then we're going to do the Leviathan in just a second. We'll do a quick comparison. Right. What'd you guys think, by the way, last night, whoever caught it, of the live stream of Space Marine 2 with the Astartes mods? I thought it was amazing, dude. I'm like super addicted to the mods. Alright, so here we go with the Levithan Dreadnought. And again, this is, I reviewed this a couple weeks ago. I actually am very surprised that I didn't think I would like these ones. The really big and bulky Horus Heresy Dreadnoughts. But again, you can see, let me just make sure the camera, oh man, I got more than enough room. But again, comparative wise, he's got the same head. They both have a lot of movement. This feels a little bit squishier than this, and this looks a little bit darker paint wise than this one actually. And we got the dual volatile guns here, or lasers. And we got the two siege weapons, or at least one siege drill. And we got his claw. But yeah, and then comparing the back of them, this is what I really wanted to see. When you compare the back, both of them have these, wow, I can't even hold them in one hand. They both have the smokestack type of backing on the Dreadnoughts. So this is cool to see as he falls over. But again, so the Contemptor essentially has one of these. Leviathan has two of these setups. But yeah, I'm actually, there's a little bit of shading on this figure. Yeah, comparatively, you know what, actually the Dreadnought actually has a very light, they both have a very light black wash, I would say, or highlights on their armor. So it's not completely teal. So, and again, the problem with some of the other figures, not a problem, but like the Thousand Sons, I feel like don't have any kind of shading whatsoever on them. So, downloading Space Marine PC and maybe PlayStation 2. Dude, you got to get the mods for it. Anybody who has access to the PC to play with the mods, oh my god. It's literally like playing the expansion pack for Space Marine 2. The increased difficulty, those waves are just absolutely insane that I was dealing with last night. Just so many, the customization, the armor, 2 additional classes with the Apothecary and the shoot, forgot the other name, but 2 of them, 2 additional classes. They fixed the issue with the healing class. Like everything is there for them to implement. Like it's not going to be a problem. Like they can just implement exactly from, and they work hand in hand with these modders. There isn't a clear delineation between them. It's not like World of Warcraft where they're working separately. They're working Warhammer Workshop is the name of the modders who made this, and they're working in concert with the developers. So of Focus, so it's pretty cool. So again, I'm really happy with these. Wow. I'm very happy that I decided to pick up all of the Sons of Horus figures. It was an easy decision because once I convinced myself that I should have them, because they're part of, essentially I'm collecting the Black Legion, and in concert, the Horus Heresy Sons of Horus are, you know, the early version of the Black Legion. So it was a pretty easy decision. So yeah, so I'm very happy with all these figures. I'm going to get a really nice setup and have them all nicely displayed in the next month or so. And I'll show you guys in that display area that I have. And then I'm going to set up the Battle of Baal in that display area. It's going to be awesome, dude. But I'm very happy I set this back up. Very, very happy. All right, so Contemptor Dreadnought, definitely. I think, what did I rate the last week? I'm not sure if I gave the last week a rating. But if I had to give a rating to this one, it's a very solid 7.5. No problems, maybe 8. No issues whatsoever with this. No issues whatsoever. The only thing I could say, if you want to say an issue, is the torso feels a little bit loose. It's not loosey-goosey, but it's a little tiny bit loose. And this, I'm probably going to want to glue down. It's not falling off, and it's actually staying on there pretty steady, but I'll probably wind up gluing it. I'll throw a little bit of glue into the spots there. So, all right, so we're going to do a couple additional comparisons because I took out the figures. So we got all of my Sons of Horus figures, which is pretty cool. Let's bring him over. See how many of these I can actually get into the picture. Now he's going to go in the middle because he is the star of this review. We got him. We got our Mark 6 helms. We're going to put them on the right. I'm missing one Mark 6 figure, and it's the one that seems to be sold out all over the place. So I got to figure out a way to get him without paying a ridiculous... Wow, so much room, dude. So much room. All right, so we're going to get all of our Mark 6 figures here. We're going to take... I only have one of... I think this is Mark 4. I only have one of the Mark 4, so I'm missing 3 of these. All right, and this is another power armor. This is the this was the very first Horus figure, Sons of Horus figure I got. So we got these guys on the right. We've got all of our power armor on the right. Now we're going to try to fit all of our Terminators. This is my favorite Terminator of this line. I love these Wolverine claws on this. I'm a sucker for this. Very cool. All right, so we got our clawed figure there. We got Mr. Baldy. I still don't have an additional head. I got to order this from Cool Toys Club. I was trying to wait until the tariff situation went over, but it looks like they're taking care of it by lowering their prices. So they're charging you for additional shipping, but they're the same price as everything else. And this was the captain dude. I got to get an additional helm for him. But if you remember, this piece right here, this cloth piece, was falling off. I wound up gluing it, and no problem. So, no issues whatsoever. So here's all of my Horus. Wow, I still got enough room too. It's a little awkward, probably not the best. Let me see if I can get this straight so I can get a good shot of this later. Maybe post a picture on Instagram with this. So this is, so I'm missing, let's see, I'm missing 2 Terminators, and I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4 of, so I'm missing one of him. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get him in here. So him, if you remember, was having a problem with his belts and his gun. Oh man, his claws are sharp. Holy crap. Just jabbed my arm, my finger. So he is set, and then, wow, I've got so much room, dude. Holy crap, I can even move these guys over a tiny bit. So much room, dude. Oh, I have Horus. Don't worry. I have Horus. Luckily, I don't have to pay extra Angron for the Imperial Knight. Yeah, I didn't have to pay extra, so what they're doing is they're charging you for they're calling it shipping charge or whatever, but they're halving the price on the figures or whatever, on the Imperial Knight. So it's going to be less for the tariff if they send it out during that time, and it's also it'll be the same exact price that you're paying for it. So yeah, so these are all of my Sons of Horus figures I currently have. Like I said, I'm missing 3 of the Gravis. I want to say it's not Gravis, it's the Mark 4 helm. So I'm missing 4 of them. 3 of these. I'm missing 1 of the Mark 6 one. I have him, and then I'm missing 2 of the 2 of the Terminators. So this is the Tartarus, and I forgot what armor this is. I was getting pretty good with remembering what the armor is, but I'm missing 2. So 4, 2, so I'm 6 I'm missing to finish this collection up, which I'll slowly pick up. All right, so we got all of these shown, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to bring out the first figures that I got from the Horus Heresy line. And that is the big man himself, Horus, Abaddon, and all of the Justarian Terminators. And last year, all of those figures were my figures of the year. I did a nice big review on them, and I said those are my figures of the year. So we're going to bust them out in just a second. Let me get these guys out of the way. Actually, I'm going to do a size comparison between Abaddon and some of these other figures too. But here we go. We're going to bring the big man himself out first because he's been waiting to get some limelight. So look at how big Horus is, dude. Look at this. Look at how big Horus is. Horus is huge. Humongous. He looks awesome, dude. And I got the helm, the armored helm from Cool Toys Club. He's awesome. I love this figure. He's kept in a nice glass display case, which you guys can see, which houses all of my sisters, my Grey Knights, and the Just Iron Terminators, Abaddon and Horus. So this is awesome. Very cool. You can even see the teal of the Sons of Horus color right there on his shoulder pad and his symbol for Sons of Horus. Very cool. I love this. This is one of the best figures that they've made. And then we're going to bring over Abaddon. Now Abaddon, I don't actually have his, he actually took a fall. This is the optional head from Cool Toys Club. He took a fall and his ponytail or top knot fell off, which isn't too big of a deal. I can just not glue it on because it broke into too many pieces, but I'm going to paint over this with the same gold, and I'm just going to keep it like that. Because realistically, I don't know why dudes are walking around with hair and top knots through their armor. It doesn't make sense to me, unless it's completely fake. So we got Abaddon, who's also one of my favorite figures from last year. And then we got the 4 Justarian Terminators. Probably got to move some stuff around here. But this is one of my favorite. This is my favorite right here that I'm going to show, my favorite Justarian Terminator out of all of them with the claws. These are so cool, dude. I love the matte black of the armor of these guys. The nice, really, really cherry red of the Eye of Horus on the middle. And then we got his top knot. Very cool. I love all of these Justarian Terminator figures. And then we got him. Dude, I got to break out all of my Black Legion figures too, because I have all of the original Black Legion figures they came out with. And we got a multi-melta on this dude. Okay. Let's see if we can get all of these guys into the frame. So we got him. I'm going to bring these down a little bit so we get Horus completely in here. Horus was my first figure and got Gilliman in line. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I got Horus. Who was my first figure? Actually, it was a Black Legion figure that I got first. That was my very first figure. So when I bust out my Black Legion figures, I'll show you the very first figure I bought. And I was like, let me buy one. I actually bought it from Big Bad Toy Store. I was like, let me see what this is all about. Because I was collecting a lot of lines at that time. So I wanted to make sure that I actually liked it before I bought it anymore. So, and I really liked it. And this is one of the early figures too. But yeah, here we go with all the figures. Again, they're laying down not the greatest display, but it gives you an idea of what my collection looks like so far. So I'm very happy. Again, I just have to pick up the additional, what did I say, 6 figures, and then I'll finish off all of these the Sons of Horus line. So, and again, you can see, man, you can see how cool I don't take him out enough, but you can see how cool these figures are. Definitely, even still to this day, these Just Iron Terminators, Abaddon, Horus, definitely still figures of the year from last year. Even with these coming out, I like these figures a lot, but man, the matte black, the like bronzes gold, just great figures, man. And Abaddon, like I said, the only problem is just his missing top knot from his additional head from Cool Toys Club, for the Horus figure, which I love. Thank God that they made that, and I didn't have to have him looking like Lex Luthor. And this is exactly how I want my collection to look. So this is awesome. So yeah, any questions or comments, guys, about any of these figures? Let's see what we got. I want a remake of the Black Legion Terminator with the black oh yeah, dude. Actually, you know what? I have a Black Legion figure to open still. When I get I think next week, once I get those figures, maybe I'll throw him in and I'll open them all up together Maybe I'll do a, you know, I'm gonna probably do like a week thing, where I'd open up all of the Black Legion figures and I bring out the old ones also, because I have, I don't know, I have the Dreadnought from them. I have all the figures. So many of them have the huge armaments on them. So it'll be fun to actually take those ones out again, and then have them displayed. So very cool. Very cool. I'm happy with all of these figures. So let's get these off. Let's swing them over. Oh man, I still love this figure, dude. One of my favorites. And same thing with Abaddon. He's so cool, dude. Very cool. I love the claw. As you can see, I'm a sucker for like claws and like that type. Oh man, I still really like this figure. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then we got, these ones are okay. Very plain, but still the same thing with the armor, like the black matte. It's very cool. Let's bring his waist over a little bit. There we go. And then we got the power axe, and he's got his dual bolter with a chain on. I guess that's a chainsaw on the end of his dual bolter there, with dual round box mags. And then we got this dude with this huge multi-melta. I know that Spark would be happy with this because he runs the multi-melta all the time. Space Marine 2. When you see him shooting, you can just forget about getting any executes. So, and then we get, again, this is such a cool figure, dude. Such a great figure. This is one of their best figures that they've ever done. Great figure. All right, we got Horus here. Oh man, should have put him in the back. Let's put him in the back. All right, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to set it up so that when I go live in a little bit, we do some Space Marine 2, this will look pretty cool. You guys can see it. So again, yeah, Contemptor Dreadnought, my last one. I don't think I'm going to get any more of these. I think I'm done with this series of Dreadnought. And yeah, very cool. Like I said, 7.58, awesome figure. And then we bust out all my Sons of Horus figures and we're all set. So very cool. Very, very cool. All right, guys, we're going to call it there. What time is it? 11:49. Great. We're going to start up the live stream for, actually I should put him back. We're going to start up the live stream for Space Marine 2 in a little bit. I think I set it for 12. Yeah, 12 o'clock. So in about 10 minutes, we'll jump on. We'll do Space Marine 2. All right, guys. I'm out. I'll be back. Remember, hit the like. Actually, is my button working? I don't think this is working. All right, guys. Well, hit the like and subscribe if you like this content. If you're watching this after the fact, I'll be talking to you guys later. Later, guys.